Okay, we're back. So, thank you. Thank y'all for coming to our first Have Nice Days. You know, shout out to Bryce. He has all the Nice Day events coming along, and we're here, of course, at Seta Oasis. You know, the #1 Caribbean spot in DC right now. So y'all better come through again. Get some drinks, tip your bartender, say hi to somebody, be nice, because this is good space here, okay? Yeah. All right, so first of all, how do I introduce you, girl? Because you a powerhouse, you invincible, you untouchable, you shapeshifter. I don't even know what to say, because it's been 4 years strong knowing you. And I just know that you are just iconic, okay?
I really appreciate that. Thanks.
Of course, all love. And let me know if you want to switch mics, because we need to hear your voice for sure.
Do you want to? You can switch sides. Come on.
Alright, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
I like this.
Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm loud spoken anyway, so I know y'all can hear me. But we're gonna ask Bri some questions today. We're gonna ask her about herself. We got questions from the actual audience, so it's actually pretty cool to know, you know, her story, where she started, how she started with music, DJing, all the great things that she has, again, going on for herself. Happy Women's Month, because we're still...
Happy Women's Month too. Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
And, you know, we just wanted to celebrate you because you just, again, iconic, phenomenal.
Thank you.
Like, I love you, girl. So, just to start off, for those who don't know Bri Mafia, tell us, like, tell the people, like, who you are. How do you define yourself?
Alright, friends. My name's DJ Bri Mafia. I'm from Delaware, but I've been based. Thank you. I've been based in the DMV since 2015. I'm an underground trap DJ. I try to dive in as much community as I can. Anything local, regional. From not being here as a proud transplant, I make my artistry super invested in community. So that is literally the basis of who I am. And I thank you all for being here.
Woo! I love that word. You said transplant?
Yes, a very proud transplant.
I love that. Tell me what the DMV means to you, Bri.
Okay, so for me, like personally, a lot of people don't know, like my grandparents have been in PG all my life. My grandparents live in Lake Arbor. My aunt, she graduated from grad school and moved to Logan Circle. So a lot of my childhood, a part of it is the DMV, is DC, is PG. So for me, it's literally kind of like, you know, just another safe space. Even though I didn't grow up in it, I'm familiar. I say in the interviews, it's extremely familiar to me. So I think to me, it's a safe space. And I would not have moved here if I didn't think it was a safe space. So as a whole, you know, that's what the DMV means to me, bro.
So from being a safe space, like what can you list as like your favorite, like your ultimate favorite things about the DMV?
I think like, especially being from Delaware, like we don't really have anything that's like ours. So like go-go music as a whole, like even how it ventures from, you know, the Wales to the Odysseys to, you know, like all the music, it's that kind of just is like the segue to that. Right. So we don't have anything that kind of defines Delaware, but there are definitely things that define like DC. So, you know, and I think like my uncle was also a DJ. So he used to come here and just like get all the music, get all the shoes, come back to Delaware. And
is that where the inspiration comes from?
For sure.
The DJing?
Yeah, okay. I mean, not even just, I mean, like I said, like DC, New York, Philly, Jersey, like it's just a whole melting pot of things like in Delaware because we don't have shit. But I think that's why.
But you bring shit.
I feel okay. I wouldn't say like I bring it, but I feel like a molder. Like, you know, like somebody that is like meshes and kind of is like a mold between like everything. I feel like that's how I feel about me being from Delaware. Is like I'm super receptive to everything else around me.
Dope, dope. And I love that you're bringing in about your Delaware, you know, where you grew up and everything. Because I don't know much about Delaware, I'm gonna be honest. But just hearing from you, you know, your background story and everything, that's really cool to be able to bring what is from another area. You know, you're still trying to bring it to your hometown. So tell us about, you know, any music or what you have going on currently that you're trying to push for this year.
So honestly, I've been DJing 11 years now, but like I don't want to DJ as much because there's just so many DJs.
Yeah, like, I know you've been thinking about that.
Like no disrespect, but like we don't need any more DJs. Like we need more curators, we need more tastemakers, we need more people that are gonna like influence culture. So like instead of you being like, I want to DJ and I want to do this because like I think the perception now of a DJ is so different than when I started DJing. Like
what has changed?
I think that, you know, when I first started DJing, I never wanted to be like excuse me, like on the forefront. I never wanted to be on the stage. I never wanted to be like, see me, look at me. Like I would love to be in the background or be in the corner, but I think like now majority of DJs are new entertainers. And I think that we don't have enough DJs that are actually like curators and placemakers in regards to, you know, certain regional and local sounds. So it's like, I don't want to do that as much. I'd really rather be somebody in the background that brings people to the city and then like connects them to the right people, you know, in order to like influence things.
Would you ever do like mentorship about like women who want to be DJers or like?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's honestly how I've met a lot of all my friends DJing. Like Trilla and I literally DM'd her was like,
shout out to Trilla.
Shout out to Trilla K. I'm like, I see you're DJing. Like, we should hang out and DJ sometimes.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, so let's go back to kind of what projects. I know you've been performing a new song lately. You want to talk about that? Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of my music, I don't know if anybody knows, I be on Twitter a lot, and a lot of my music.
Talk about it. This is a safe space.
A lot of my music is really just like responses to things on Twitter. Like I'm grateful that I have like a music career that has been influenced because of friends. Like, hey, you should rap more. Like I never ever thought like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper and make music. But that's been like my safe space. So a lot of my music is just in response to that, and anything that anybody says to me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, I just put that into music. So the song with D'Angela and I had another female DJ that said something to me that kind of was just like, damn, bitch, shut up. We fucked with each other. Like, outside of what I said, like, I'm always open for healthy dialogue, but I didn't think it would take it to that magnitude. But then it led to that. So.
Do you think that there'll ever be like reconciliation with that person? Because y'all are women DJs, you know what I'm saying? Like, would there ever be that?
There's always room for that, but you can forgive and never forget. Because how I look at it, it's like,
facts.
No matter how you feel about me, there are certain things that I would say and wouldn't say, and I think that what she said is some things like, you actually do not fuck with me. Like, in order to, like, you could be friends, so we can disagree, but I wouldn't say anything on the magnitude of being like, you need to be sedated. Like, am I an animal? Like, am I...
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of hard.
You know, so it's like, I will never forget that response, and it just has to, you know, it's just, I acknowledge it, and now I know speaking to you, you know, what you're capable of.
I love that, and again, you're radiant, you know, keep pushing. I know you're gonna keep pushing. Like, I don't even need to say that to you. But like I said, we love you. You do have people who follow you, who connect with you. Just knowing you breathe, like outside of, you know, all the, you know, DJing sets and performances and everything. Just knowing that you're actually a real person. Like, you actually do try to build community with people and stick with them. Like, you don't just forget about people. So that's just my perspective. I don't know about sedated, but she needs to keep good and active as she is, because we need it. Do you believe there's hope for the DMV being more than what it is right now?
Oh, for sure. Especially right now with like 404 days coming up in Atlanta. Like I said, like I'm super big on Twitter, and I think that like what Atlanta natives are doing right now with 404 Day coming up and being like, hey, we only want Atlanta DJs. Like, we only want to hear this type of music. Like, there are definitely spaces for all types of Black art and Black excellence, but I think that when it comes to like regional and local sounds, like we have kind of lost that influence in all communities. You know, trying to be as receptive to everyone, we kind of forget why we are here in the first place. So always, you know, like that will always be on the forefront, but I think that like if more DC natives, Maryland natives, Virginia natives, even Baltimore natives, like I think they do a good job of doing that, where you come into our cities and just like, you have to still pay homage. And I think that like, as long as people keep speaking up and standing up for what they grew up on or what is theirs, especially in Black communities, that is more important than anything, and I think that the DMV is definitely next up, you know, to do that. But Atlanta is definitely putting that on the forefront and setting an example of standing their ground for like what is theirs.
Hey, so maybe sometimes we gotta take some lessons, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's missing.
That's right.
So we do have some questions that again came straight from the audience here tonight. We're gonna pick out a few. And if it doesn't make sense, you can skip it. Like, don't feel like you gotta read like a question that doesn't make sense. But if it makes sense and you wanna read it and answer it, go ahead.
Okay, this one says name your top 5 artist shout outs in the DMV. Okay, I think right now, especially out of like all the artists I've worked with, I have a bunch of shows coming up, so I want to shout out Jabba Got the Juice.
Yes!
I want to shout out Don Chalet.
Shout out Java, shout out Don Chalet.
Yadia.
Shout out Yaya. Is it Yaya?
Yadia.
Yadia.
Big Don Bino.
Big Don Bino.
I'm gonna pick 2 more because they're both here, but OK Man and Freak. Yeah, so, but I don't know, you're welcome. I have a platform called For the DMV where I've literally featured like over 500 artists, so it will always be like impossible for me to shout out everybody. But what I can do is just like shout out what I have going on like right now. Like I literally just did shows with Yadia and Big Don Bino. Main and Freak are here, and then Java and I have a show coming up, and then Don now
Yes.
like 2 shows. So yeah, shout out to y'all.
Alright, so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do a couple more. Just a couple more. Don't be scared, please. I think everybody here is good vibes.
I'm never scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You a fearless woman.
How much money is in your bank account right now?
Oh my God. You can do an estimate.
Hold on. Which one?
Oh, the business one or the personal?
Because you never can have one, you know, especially as a DJ. I will not give you guys any money advice. I don't vote. I don't do my taxes. And that should tell you a lot about me, baby. I'm a sovereign citizen. So that money gonna come tenfold everywhere but where you think it's coming from.
Okay.
So,
we keep the
on your, them other folks, I won't say who, when they talk about foreign offshore bank accounts, you never want to put your money in one place.
Yeah, right. That was a good answer. And it's tax season too. So shout out to the IRS.
Alright. May you share a childhood memory that really takes you back. I'm 33. I'll be 34 this year. I got my first computer when I was 10 years old. My grandparents gifted me a computer for my 10th birthday. And that's probably one of my first childhood memories, just being able to get on the internet, Google what I want to. September 11th happened, and I'm a big conspiracy theorist. Like, I am just really, really heavy on the dark web, conspiracy theory. So my number one childhood memory, my number one childhood memory is literally me just like going home
Yeah.
And just looking up conspiracy theories, like,
Give us one.
MySpace, like, okay, one.
You know, I never had a MySpace.
Wait, did you have a
I didn't have a
Tumblr?
laptop for, you said 10 years old? I didn't have a laptop till like high school, bro.
I got my laptop when I was like 13.
You said, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's technically kind of.
How old are you?
We don't gotta talk about that.
I'm sorry, I love that. But yeah, no, that's literally like, I think 10 years old, that's definitely childhood, just being able to just get on the computer and just like search whatever. But then, like, I think it's so different from now where there's like AI and chat, GPT and Google. You don't get the same things that if you were to search something like back then, you're not gonna get the same results. So I think like me, it was just being so excited to just like be informed or just learn some shit that like, you know, they wasn't really teaching in school. So that's probably one of my like favorite childhood memories.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do 2 more.
Okay.
And then I'll tell y'all what's next.
Oh, there's so many questions.
I know, there's a lot, and some of them are like, whoever folded these, y'all need to be in origami class or something, because y'all folded this kind of tight.
What inspires your sets? Okay, so I actually am super invested in new music. Anything new, anything that you're not gonna hear on the radio. So I think like depending on my mood. So if it's a get money mood where I feel like I might be down bad on funds. If it's just a isolated mood where I feel like I'm kind of being lonely. I think that anything new kind of inspires my sets as a whole.
What have you been?
That's a good question because I definitely do get mad often, but I feel like when I'm mad, I'll rap. Like I said before, you know, like I feel like if I'm that mad, I'll like put it into words and rap. But anything else, I'll let the music speak through me. So like,
I.e. the track that's gonna be released, right? Because we need that.
So, you know, like really what most inspires me most is just like, okay, I'll make a perfect example. So R&B music or just like nostalgia, right? I feel like, me personally, it's hard to get inspired off nostalgia because it makes you feel something that you felt before. So I get inspired off of like new feelings. You know, what's gonna give me those chills or that new vibration or like that new mood or that new feeling. So I dig heavily into new stuff because like I want to feel new things. Like I don't want to feel things I've felt before because I feel like if you feel things you felt before, how are you gonna grow? If you continue to backtrack and feel what's comfortable.
The things from the past.
Exactly. So what inspires me is something new. Like what haven't I felt before? What haven't I heard before? What haven't I've experienced? So.
For sure. Again, girl, you a shapeshifter. I told you. Alright, so we got our DJ setting up in a little bit, so we're probably gonna do one more question.
You gonna check it up?
2 more questions.
Two more.
Shake it up again?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more. Alright, 2 more. Yeah, because y'all brought a lot of questions.
I wasn't expecting any questions.
Hope y'all took a lot of shots too.
What has been a big obstacle for you in your career? I feel like the biggest thing is like not being from here. Politics fester into the DMV. Being in DC, it's a super great political city. And in regards to social economics, in regards to just like all demographics in DC, I think that like the politics fester deep. The politics fester deeply into community, and I think that like that has a lot to show when it comes to like the hierarchy of success in DMV. So if you don't hold this type of status, or if you don't know this person, gatekeeping, blackballing is absolutely real. I've been I won't say victim, but I've experienced it. And I think that's literally been the biggest obstacle. So it's like, I get it. You know, respectfully, I'm not from here, so I can understand not having access to certain things. But I feel like I've continued to do the work. I will never say that I've done it because there's always more work to do. But I think that's literally been the biggest obstacle is people saying, you're not from here, you don't deserve to be in these spaces, you don't deserve to have these things. And yeah, I mean, it's been the biggest, but it doesn't, deter me from anything else. But it is for sure an obstacle.
Good answer, good answer. We're gonna do one more. Which question? I hope it's a juicy one. Go ahead.
Favorite thing about Delaware? No taxes.
Hey!
I don't think people realize, like, growing up in Delaware, like, all right, I'll give you so many examples. $5, right? $5.
Drunk.
Hold on.
Having $5 on a Friday night, between like, okay, skate rink. I think a big conversation now is that, like, for the youth, I just want to say something about us being 20, 30 plus. There are not enough spaces for the babies. We had 30 spaces. I used to go to skating rink every Friday night. $10
every Friday.
Eventually my mom bought me her own skates, but I can get candy, a slice of pizza, a soda, $5. Then the next day at the mall, $20 could get me chicken teriyaki, maybe some earrings at Claire's, and then I'm going to the movies. We had a movie theater in the mall. That was $20. So my favorite thing, or then when I got into high school, drunk as shit, my homegirl out for the party, $5 McDonald's, McChicken, McDouble, 4-piece nuggets, sweet tea, small fry. And it was just $5, no change. So that's my favorite thing growing up in Delaware is just no taxes. And if you had it, you had it. It was easy to get it. There was really no, there's kind of no extreme luxuries there. And I also think my other favorite thing about being in Delaware, outside of anything monetary, is just us being so receptive to other cultures. Like, that's why I'm the DJ I am, and I'm not talking about just diaspora culture, I'm talking about American culture. I'm talking about New York culture, DC culture, Virginia culture, Southern hospitality culture. Like, we gravitate towards the communities around us, and I think any person be from Delaware, you're gonna say, you know what? I fuck with y'all. Like, and if you meet another person from Delaware, you're like, you remind me of this person from Delaware. So that's honestly my favorite thing. The no taxes, just being open to everything else around us, and I'm a very, very proud Delawarean. So. There I come. So you
dying. Thank you. Alright, y'all heard it here. Y'all ready to go? Y'all got the DJ set up? Alright. Thank you, Bri. Thank you so much. I think that's me. My bad, y'all.
Check.
But thank you for coming on.
Thank you so